Everyone, and welcome to the Frappe Demo, Framing Persuasion and Propaganda Explorer. So this is the main page that you will see upon entering frappe.streamlit.app in your web browser. So the first page we'll be looking at is analyzing an article on the fly. As you can see, when we press the button, it takes you to this page. We can see some information about the app, about this page in specific. So we get three different types of visualizations for the article on the fly. We get the classification, we get the framing detection, and we get the persuasion technique classification. So here you have the choice to enter a URL or enter a text. I'll just pass a URL for this demo. You press get article analysis, you wait a few seconds. Here it extracts the text of the article from the URL that you inputted. The first thing that we get is the genre for this article. So as you can see here, it's mostly satire, which makes sense. If you read the article, it's a very satire article. And the second thing that we get is the framings. Here it shows you the framings, the visualization, and you have the legend here. And then the last thing that you get is the persuasion techniques for this article. So we can also switch to light mode in Streamlit. This is a user setting that you can choose. And here you'll see the persuasion techniques, as you can see, that have been extracted from this article. So the second page that we move on to is the visualization of the two main articles. I think, in my opinion, it looks better in dark mode. This is a personal choice. So we can add a country such as the United States, and then we can add another country such as the United Kingdom. So as you can see, we have over 186 countries, over 2 million articles from over 8,000 news sources. And then we can add Egypt and Bulgaria. So as you can see, these countries show up on the map automatically as you add them. And if we scroll down, we get the first visualization, which is the framings by country. It compares the framings in this country, and if you hover on the graph, you can get some information about the percentage, about the number of articles in the framing. These numbers in the brackets are the number of articles from this country, from each country that you've selected. Here we can see the distribution of persuasion techniques by country, the ones that we've added. Here we can compare the number of articles over time if we press compare for the countries that we have selected. As you can see, USA is the top one. And here we have an interactive pie chart where you can show the continents and the respective countries and the framings. The darker it is, I guess the lighter it is, the higher percentage. And you can press here to just look at Bulgaria, or press here just to look at United Kingdom. So we look on the second page of this of the visualization. Again, we can add now countries and sources. We can add, for example, United States, and if we press CNN here in the search bar and add selection, and if we go United Kingdom and add BBC, so here we can now compare the framings by source and by country at the same time. Again, we get the same here visualization for articles over time by source and by country. So here you can see BBC and CNN in the United States and the United Kingdom, and again you get the same pie chart here. Here automatically they are added from the previous page. So now you get to see persuasion techniques by country and by source. So here again we're comparing BBC and CNN, but now we're comparing the persuasion techniques in these two countries, in these two sources. And then for the last two pages, they are coarse-grained propaganda techniques. And here you can also see again we have different visualizations for the coarse-grained propaganda for sources and countries. And here lastly we have the rhetorical persuasion techniques, which include ethos, logos, and pathos. You can play around this at your own pleasure and add any sources from any of the countries that we have. Thank you for listening.